What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another YouTube video. It has been a little over 2 weeks or something like that. But yeah, so we have a huge update. So with the Camaro, I originally was thinking about going with a 350 small block, kind of building that up. I did some looking online, didn't really find any in the condition that I wanted them to be in. I wasn't looking for something that was perfect. I was just looking for something that was rebuildable and able to basically that was in rebuildable condition. So I did some looking. I found a couple, but unfortunately the owners didn't want to take the proper measurements that I needed them to take in order to see if the block was good or not and able to be rebuilt. So I went with a completely different option. I went with a 454 big block Chevy, and here it is. There it is right there. It's all torn down already. So this is a new engine that's going to be going into the Camaro. This is way bigger than what's in there right now. What's in there right now is the 305 small block V8. This is the 454 big block V8. Overall, it's in pretty good condition. Definitely in rebuildable condition. Just gotta tear it all down, send it to the machine shop to get cleaned, get all the coolant passages all cleaned, everything basically resurfaced as well. And then we also have the heads over here. Judging off the heads and the casting numbers, we're not going to be using these heads just because they're not going to get us to the power that we want the motor to be at. There's both of those. And then we also have the valve covers as well. Again, they say 454 on them. So yeah, this is the new direction that we're gonna go with the Camaro. It's gonna be big block power, so it's gonna be able to make a lot of power. It's gonna have a lot of torque. Basically, because that's what this motor was built for, is torque. So we're gonna have not so much horsepower on the low end, but the top end is really where this motor comes to life. So we are going to be using a little bit of spray. For those who don't know what spray is nitrous. It is basically what I was running on my other build until I decided to pick up the Camaro. So we're going to be using the nitrous from the other build that I pulled off before I traded it, and we'll be throwing it on this block, but this block has a super long way to go, and it'll be definitely a fun journey. So the first step with this block is we're basically going to be tearing it down. We have to get it all prepped and ready to send to the machine shop so they can fully resurface it, basically clean it up and make it look like a brand new block. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna take the pistons out, take the oil pan out, take the crank out, and we're going to have to also, what else? Gotta take the lifters out, and we also have to take the cam out as well. So we're gonna be stripping it down fully, kind of basically making it an empty block, and shipping it off to the machine shop, get all cleaned up and ready to go. That way we can start upgrading stuff, start this journey with this motor, and hopefully we'll be able to throw it in the Camaro hopefully by the end of the year. That is the new goal now, is by the end of the year get this big block running in the Camaro. So without further ado, let's get right into tearing it down. Alright, so I'll give you guys a quick little update while I have my gloves off and my hands are clean. So we got bank 2 almost all the way out. These would be cylinders 2, 4, 6, and cylinder 8. We still got to take cylinder 8 out. And then on the other side will be cylinder 1, 3, 5, and 7 on the bottom side here. Yeah, so here's the inside of the bores. This one doesn't look awfully bad. This one doesn't look awfully bad either. So these two are not too bad. This one right here is kind of rusting a little bit on the inside, so this is exactly why we're getting it cleaned. Same thing right here and in here as well where the coolant is, get those cleaned as well. Cylinder 8 is not too bad. I mean, it's kind of rusty. I don't know if you guys can see that very well. But yeah, here's the pistons. Again, piston 2, 4, and 6. All the rest of them are still on the block. So you got these out. And yeah, they're a bit dirty. But other than that, the bearings inside don't look too bad. Nothing of crazy wear. And yeah, just need some updating. The rings right here kind of going bad. Same thing over here. And these ones aren't too bad, but we always replace them and we do a rebuild. So yeah, it's just a quick little update. I'm not really filming while I'm doing them, just because I basically have no way to stop the camera because my hands are all oily and all that, and I don't really want to get the camera all oily. So yeah, quick little update, and then I'll up you guys once more again when we're either on the other side or when we have all of them out. Alright y'all, so here's the next little update. Got all the pistons out, as you can see. Honestly, other than the rust, they don't look too bad. The crank doesn't look too bad either. What the journals are. I'm actually kind of surprised. Pistons, just dirty. Got all 8 of them out. They're definitely gonna need some cleaning and some resurfacing. But yeah, so pistons are out, and we are just halfway done taking this apart. Just gotta take the crank out, take the cam out, take the timing and the dampener out, and then it'll just be a block. So yeah, let's get back to it.
Many unbearable hours later.
Alright everyone, so it is a brand new day out here. About a week later since I got the block, because we got a huge blizzard and we had to move a lot of snow. So next, like we were doing before, is we are removing the crank, that whole rod thing in there, that is called the crankshaft. So what we'll need to do is we'll need to pull this harmonic balancer off and basically turn this thing over, and then remove the main caps. I see them. We have to remove those, and then the crankshaft should just come right out. But yeah, we won't be removing it like this, so it's not going to drop out. We're going to turn this engine over, kind of flip it over so the bottom side is up, and yeah, makes things easier, and hopefully we can knock this out. I did have to go get a harmonic balancer pulling tool to kind of pull this off, because this is pressed on. I already removed the bolt and all that, so we'll be pulling that off, getting the crank out, and then removing this timing chain and the cam as well. Alright, so we got the tool on there. Now we'll just go ahead and kind of pull this balancer off. Alright, so now since we got the harmonic balancer off, go ahead and take this timing cover off, and then we'll go ahead and remove the timing chain and the gears, and then we'll go ahead and pull the crank, and then we'll also pull the cam from it. Have to see where we're gonna put the cam, but yeah, we'll figure out. Either we're definitely gonna pull the crank. Either we'll pull the cam, or we'll just leave it in there for now and then pull it later. Alright, so before we fully take them off, I have all the bolts kind of loose right now. Before we take them off, we need to mark these end caps right here in order that they go, just so you know exactly where they came from, and that way when we put everything back together, we're like, okay, this one goes here, this one goes here, and this one goes here. That way everything matches up to exactly how this block was made. We're not having this one over here, and then we're running into clearance issues and specification issues. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and spray some brake clean on the top of them, kind of mark them down with a punch. I'll have to find a punch. I'm pretty sure I have a punch, but I'll either mark them down with a punch, or I'll get them down with a little paint pen. So yeah. I'm all marked, super quick, super easy. Just grab a little punch, grab a hammer, and kind of hit it. So you can see there's mark 1 because it's the first one. Here's 2 marks right here because it's 2, 3, and 4. We're not going to mark this one just because this one is obviously way different than the first 4. So yeah, we already know that one goes in the back. So get right back to it. Alright y'all, so we got the crankshaft out, we also got the cam out, and yeah, so this thing is basically all set to go to head to the machine shop, get all cleaned up, everything, all the water valleys and the oil, all the little pieces of dirt that are in there. Get all cleaned up, get the rest cleaned up as well, and yeah, we'll basically go from there. Still got to take this off before I send it there, but yeah, crankshaft, camshaft, lifters, it's all sitting over here. Here's the crank, here's the somewhat lifters that were in it, not all of them, and there's the cam. We're not going to be reusing the cam, so that's probably going to be going up for sale soon. Doesn't look too bad, but we'll have to see if there's a good market for it. So yeah, that'll conclude this video.